After 1,000 trades, this is what I have learned. I decided today I wanted to sit down instead of making a educational video that goes over my strategy or confluences or concepts, something like I usually do. I decided I wanted to sit down with you guys and just have a one-on-one just conversation. I don't want this video to be a video that feels like it is being spoken to many people, but I want this to just be a conversation between me and you, where I can sit here and I can tell you what I have learned after 1,000 trades, and really just sit here and give you everything that I wish I knew when I first started trading, and key things, and help you avoid stupid losses and stupid decisions and mistakes I have made, and even mistakes as of fairly recently, things that could have been prevented, or my own flaws in my trading. If you guys don't know me, my name is Gus, or JS Trades. I've been making content for this past year. I've been trading for 3 years since I was 15 years old. I am now 18. Just to show you how I'm credible, this is what I do full time. I've made multiple six figures this year from trading. So I would say that I have enough information to be able to give you in this video. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to talk about is the statistic everybody's going to tell you. 95% of day traders fail. Okay. As I was becoming a successful day trader and profitable, I was unprofitable for 2 years. Okay, this past year I've been profitable. And during those 2 years, I heard it all. I heard the 95% of day traders fail. If you can do it, why doesn't everybody do this? If it's so easy, why doesn't everybody do this? You hear a lot of these things, and if you're younger, like I am, you've heard this from your parents, your family. But most of you guys have heard this, that the statistic of, 95% of people fail, they lose their accounts, all this. But I want you guys to think of where that statistic first comes from. 95% of people failing, that statistic shows people who have even opened a brokerage account and have placed one trade. This isn't talking about people who are dedicated day traders. Okay, and I want you to, first of all, if a statistic is going to discourage you from pursuing something that you think is truly great, you are in the wrong field, and it is not trading that is an issue for you, it's your mindset. So if you're sitting there and you say, well, if 95% of people fail, it's impossible for me, the first thing you need to analyze and fix is that you have a loser mentality. And if this hurts you, that I'm talking to you this way, click off this video and learn how to be more mature and grow up. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat this video and tell you, oh, it's okay if this and that. I'm going to call you out on your bullshit, the same way I wish somebody did this for me. So if you're getting discouraged because you see a statistic that says 95% of people fail, you are in the wrong game, okay? Learn how to, put away your fears and just get shit done. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at 95% and you're going to say, how am I going to be the 5%? How am I going to be the 5% that truly make this a career and, succeed in this? Well, first thing you're going to do is you're going to develop a system. All right, I've got plenty of videos on my YouTube, my paid community. You can go to my YouTube, you can go to my Instagram, my TikTok, and learn all this, for the most part for free. And then if you need extra help or want more in-depth teaching, you can go to my premium. But this is not what this video is about trying to get you anywhere, okay? I'm just telling you guys, you need to first develop a system, okay? A system is the base for everything in trading. And when I first started, I did not have a system. I was trading 3 to 5 different strategies all at once. I was trading support and resistance, supply and demand, ICT, or trying to learn ICT at the time. I was trading everything at once. So identifying that you need a system and creating a system or stealing mine or anybody else's that is profitable, that is your first step, okay? That's the first tip I would have given to my younger self. Develop a system and stick to it. So now would be a great time to start talking about consistency, okay? So a lot of people think that when they take a loss that it's a strategy's fault, okay? So how many of you guys are sitting here and you'll take a loss or 2 losses, 3 losses in a row, trading one strategy, and you're like, okay, maybe the strategy is the problem. And you go and you look on YouTube, you look on Instagram, and you're like, okay, how am I going to copy this person's strategy because it looks like it's doing them well, okay? And even if they have a profitable strategy, you take 2 to 3 losses in a row with that, and immediately you think, oh my goodness, like, I don't know, maybe I need a different strategy. So, say you're doing one strategy. Say you're doing my AEM strategy. All right, this is the one that I primarily use. And you're doing that for 3 days and you lose all 3 days. Okay? Then you go and hop to somebody else's strategy for the next 3 days and you lose all 3 days there. And then you do one more person's strategy for 3 days. So you have a total of 9 traded days trading 3 different strategies. When you do not know your sequence of winning and losing. So if you just stayed with my AEM strategy, you could have had 3 losing days in a row, and then the other 6 were straight winners. Okay? Statistically, my win rate is around 85%. I've been trading all of October on stream, and I had a 100% win rate on stream in October in my premium community. Okay? Not saying I have a 100% win rate all the time. I lost twice this past week. Okay? Full transparency here. Still ended the week green and profitable, but there you guys have it. You're not going to have a 100% win rate, and that's a pill that you have to swallow. I mean, a lot of people are sitting here and you're thinking, I need to find the 100% win rate strategy. I need to have a 95% win rate strategy. When in reality, you just need a strategy you can stay consistent with that has around over a 70% win rate and a good risk to reward. So yeah, I mean, in the end, it's the consistency that matters. It's not your strategy. I mean, you can be profitable with a 51% win rate strategy. Okay, slightly better than a coin flip. Okay, if you have that, you still have a winning strategy. Now, there's better ones, obviously, than a freaking 51% win rate strategy. You don't really want that, but the consistency is what matters, okay? So how often can you follow your system and follow your strategy without breaking your rules, okay? That's another thing. So the consistency is obviously, as we've talked about, more important than the strategy itself. And you should be setting goals for yourself each day. So set daily goals and weekly goals on stuff that you need to do and accomplish in that day of trading. So goals could be something like, I'm going to only take one trade today. And you're going to take a sticky note. So I always have sticky notes with me. And I will say, I'm going to write down, I'm only going to take one trade today. And I'm going to put my checkbox. I'm going to stick that to my monitor or whatever screen I'm using, and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to follow that, because you will get dopamine from checking that off that you followed your rules and did something successful, okay? A lot of people have an idea because they hear that trading gives you dopamine, which it does, and people get addicted to like gambling and stuff because it gives you dopamine. But also not trading and following your goals and rules, that'll also give you dopamine. So the goal isn't to not have dopamine. The goal is to pursue healthy ways of getting dopamine. So not taking 15 trades in a day and maybe ending green, or full porting your account and you're up 2,000 and then you blow your account. Even when you blow your account, you're still getting dopamine. Okay, you're getting that rush, you're getting adrenaline. But what you need to do is you need to focus on the dopamine that might feel less good, but overall and in the long run, it's going to feel way better. Because if you focus on consistency and following your daily habits, your daily healthy habits and your rules, that is what will make you successful. Very important. So take your sticky note, take a piece of paper, and write down, hey, I'm only going to take 1 or 2 trades today. I'm going to follow my strategy without changing up my strategy midday. Okay, so these little things that you can implement every single day into your trading routine will, over time, make you a way better trader, because you're going to learn how to be disciplined and follow. The most important thing I have heard that goes for my business, that goes for my daily life, that goes for trading is do what you say and say what you do. Okay, if you say you're going to take 1 trade today, you take 1 trade. You're not going to sit there and act like an idiot and take 5 trades. Get your shit together and do what you say you're going to do, okay? Because the thing is, if you can't keep your word, hold on, before I say this, I'm going to expand. Confidence comes from being able to keep what you say you're going to do to yourself, okay? So if you say, I'm going to go to the gym today, and you don't go to the gym today, why would you be confident in yourself? Because you can't even trust yourself that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. And if you can't trust yourself, how do you think you're going to be a good trader? If you can't even trust yourself to do the right thing or do the right decision, okay? So that's the thing. You have to have consistency, and that starts with having daily goals and weekly goals. And the goals do not need to be making a certain amount of money. Here's one of the, let's just say this is the second thing. Do not set goals that are monetary. So don't set a goal that says, I need to make $10,000 this week. A lot of people come into my streams and my chat and they'll ask me, Gus, what is your daily profit goal? Dude, there is not a single profit goal that I have. I'm never looking to make a certain amount of money each day. I'm looking to take my best setup that I possibly can take and to follow all of my rules, because I know that if I do that, then in return, I will make however much money. Or even if I follow my rules and I follow my strategy and take one trade and it's an A+ setup, there's still in my case, 15% chance or 15 to 20% chance that it may fail. And that is something that I'm okay with, because I know that losing is inevitable. Losing is part of it. Like, you're not always going to win, and you have to be able to accept that. So that's the thing. You just have to, be consistent with it. And, I follow my plan every single day. There's been a couple times this year where I've actually not followed my plan. I've broken my rules, but I have disciplined myself, and it's what's kept me afloat. So let me tell you how to discipline yourself whenever you break your rules. So the first thing, this is back in March, I went on a vacation and I was doing some live trading, and I don't know how many accounts I blew. I was live trading, and I took a loss, and then I got off of live trading, and I ended up low-key just crashing out. It was very bad market conditions. I believe this was March of this year. Yeah, because this is when Trump was doing the whole BS where it was like dumping like crazy. And I remember I got off stream and I ended up taking a couple trades, and I got emotional and I blew an account or two. Okay. Now, for some people, this is your average day. You blow multiple accounts, 5 accounts in a day, and bang. This is just your normal day. But for me, as someone who was profitable at the time, this was something that was very alarming to me, because I knew that I've gotten big payouts before and I was very consistent, and I got very emotional and ended up blowing these 2 accounts because of my own bad decisions. And I remember that day, I was so fed up with myself because I knew that that wasn't what a profitable trader is. I was not acting profitable. You guys have to act profitable every single day. It's a feeling and it's a way of life. Okay, you have to have that profitable trader, no corniness. You have to have that aura around you where you don't make that corny. I swear to God, if this is in somebody's clips, I'm gonna crash out. But you have to have that kind of way of you have to move with a lot of confidence that you know what you're doing and that you're going to make the right decisions and you're going to follow your plan. But what I ended up doing is, I remember I was so fed up and I was very frustrated. I sat down, I took a notebook, and keep in mind, this was all on vacation. I locked myself in a room and I just wrote down my entire emotions, why I was fed up with that and why that wasn't a good decision. I reviewed every trade, even though I don't know how many trades I took. I remember just crashing out. I probably took 10 trades. It was very stupid, very stupid. And I wrote down every single trade. I made myself go through the annoyance and, what is the word? The uncomfortableness, that's not a word, but maybe I don't know. But I wrote down every single trade. It took a while, and none of the trades had any meaning to them. They were just random trades. It was very stupid. But I wrote them down because I knew that it's something I didn't want to do. I don't want to sit down and have to write 10 to 15 bullshit trades that I shouldn't have taken in the first place, but that was part of punishing myself. And then I went to the gym and I did a good habit. So I disciplined myself with a good habit. What I did is I went to the gym and I did an hour on the Stairmaster. That shit hurt, and it was on a high level. So I always tell my students inside the premium that whenever you break your rules, journal what you did and then go punish yourself with the freaking Stairmaster. Because the thing is, you don't want to punish yourself and leave yourself in a negative headspace. You want to understand what you did was wrong, so you're going to get out that emotional feeling onto paper, so journaling, or online, if you do it on, like a laptop. And then you're going to go push out all of that energy that could have been negative. So you're getting out what you've done wrong and making it physical. And then you're going to take, maybe you're stressed or you're feeling pain or sadness because you knew that you betrayed yourself. You're going to go get that stress and you're going to take it out in the gym, and you are going to, have a good habit. So doing something that's excruciating, like a Stairmaster. So yeah, that is how to discipline yourself after taking trades, or that's what I did. And since then, I have not had a rule break like that, genuinely, since that point in time. So when you do that and you realize the depth of your actions and the consequences of your actions, you don't want to repeat the same BS mistakes in full port accounts every day. So that's another thing. I mean, having risk management. So I mean, talking about full porting, you shouldn't be full porting under any circumstances whatsoever. I can confidently say I don't think anybody in my premium sits here in full ports because they're disciplined, and I've taught that to them. These people aren't just going every day and just saying, oh, what a setup am I going to full port today? And some of you guys think that, like, oh, how can I pass my account today? And that's just the framework and the mindset of a loser. You're not supposed to get everything instantly that you want. And that's something that I've struggled with, not in trading, but outside of my life. Like making purchases and stuff. Like, obviously, I make really good money. I can buy basically whatever I want. And that's been a struggle for me because I notice that sometimes I literally go out and I don't really make myself work to buy things, which is very important. Like a couple months ago, or no, about a month and a half ago, I just went up and bought a Tesla, but I didn't really work for it, and it kind of bothered me. There was no reason that I bought it other than just I kind of wanted another car, and I wanted a daily for the next car that I'm getting, either later this year or soon next year. But yeah, I will be getting a really cool car, but I'm definitely making myself work for it this time. But yeah, that was a little bit of a, little side note, but yeah, I mean, in trading, you can't expect to get everything handed to you immediately. You have to have the not short-term gratification, but long-term gratification. Understand that this isn't a fast get-rich-quick scheme. This is going to take time, and you have to be able to put in that time and that energy and effort because that's part of the game. Do you want to be a part of the 95% of people who fail or give up? No, I sat here. I lost money for like 2 years straight, or maybe slightly under 2 years. And I stuck with it, and I just kept going because I genuinely had passion for this. I never looked at trading as just like straight up, just like get rich quick. I had genuine passion for this skill and this career path, and that's why I picked it. I truly believe this is going to be the thing that I do until I die. I will be past retirement age, probably still trading if, I still feel the same way I feel about it now because I genuinely have passion. I love trading the markets, but don't get that mixed up with having the feeling to trade. This is something I see a lot of people do, or unprofitable people that I've mentored that come to me. They're literally eager every single day to take as many setups as they can, or I'm so excited to make money today. That's never the mindset I go into the markets with. I don't go into the charts every day with that mentality. My mentality is I'm going to sit here, I'm going to follow my rules, and if I follow my rules, given my win rate, I should make money, and if I don't, I'm perfectly okay with that because I know over time I will make money. That's all you have to do. That is the only thing you have to think about when going into the market. And that's the thing. I mean, that lines up with stuff like emotional control, knowing that you have a plan and you're not going to go break it because you feel that nervous feeling in your chest. And yes, I know exactly how some of you guys most likely feel, or maybe all of you guys feel, because at one point I remember I would take trades that I was very uncertain of because I was straight up gambling and I felt it in my chest. I literally felt a pit in my stomach because I knew that what I was doing was not a very smart decision, and I got nervous. I would feel these very negative emotions, and the thing is, you have to master yourself. You have to master your emotional control. I know personally that if I take more than 2 losses in a day, that I would be more inclined to lose a third trade. That's why I don't take more than 2 trades in a day 95% of the time. I will never take another trade after 2 losses in a row because I know that if I do, it could cause me to spiral. Even as a profitable trader now, I know what can trigger me. I am not perfect. I am still bound to make mistakes. For the next tens in 20, 30, 40 years, I'm still going to make mistakes because it's part of it. You're never always going to be perfect. Don't let social media make you think that once you're a profitable trader, you're never going to make another mistake again. Because to this day, I still make mistakes. And it's just part of it. It's about, making a mistake, learning from it, and not making the same mistake again. over time, and just building that discipline and building consistency. Because in this game, like we've been talking about, this is all consistency, guys. The whole, like, trading as a whole, it's just consistency. How disciplined can you be, and how often can you follow your plan? You know, and last thing I'm gonna say is, how in touch with your emotions can you be? How much can you know yourself? I know myself to a level that other people don't and then will never understand. I review myself frequently, and I understand what triggers me. You guys have to figure out what triggers you. So whenever that thing that triggers you starts to form, you know to back out and be done. Okay? And I already gave you guys an example, but yeah, if I go and take 2 losses in a day, I will turn my computer off and I will step away and will not look back, because I know that I might be inclined to try to take another trade or try to reason with myself, reason with bad habits to take another trade. So what I do is I just step away and I call it a day, because I know, and this is what we've been talking about, if you know that you have a system that's profitable, all you have to do is be consistent and follow your rules, and you will get paid over time. And you just have to focus on getting paid over time. That's all you have to focus on, and you will become successful. That's all you have to do. Just do not break your rules and trust your system. I've been teaching people how to trade all throughout 2025, and keeping the psychology in check is so important. Inside of my premium Discord, I do daily accountability. We have trade journals for all of the members to go and write down all of the trades they take each day, so you can review, and I can go in and look at so-and-so's trade journal and say, hey, I saw that you did good today, good stuff, or I saw that you did bad today, here's how you're going to fix it, Alongside in the premium, we have 40 plus recorded exclusive classes that are already posted. There's weekly classes. There will be one tomorrow on Sunday, where I will be going live and teaching a class that will be recorded and posted and added into the library. Alongside all of this, I live trade Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The thing is, you guys, I don't want to make the premium sound like other people's, where you just join and you get signals, because that's not how it is. If you want to become an actual profitable, successful trader, you go in and you learn. You learn, and you take the stuff that I'm giving you, the education, the live trading, and you don't take it for signals. You take it to see, what is Gus looking at every day? How does Gus behave when he takes a loss? How does Gus sit here and set up a profitable system? And you take those things and you replicate them into your own life and your own trading, and that is how you become disciplined and successful. So if you guys would like to join the premium Discord, that's the first link in the description. So that is what I've learned after 1,000 trades.